Hi guys, Zeth here, and welcome back to another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. So, let's get started. Now, first thing is first, as math works, we've got our little baby horses over here. They are not quite tamed yet, so I've been doing my best to keep at it. In theory, as soon as they're tamed, we'll actually be good to go. Well, not good to go, but it'll be... As soon as they're fully tamed, we'll be not having to worry about it anymore, which I am very much looking forward to. And as you can probably tell from the reduced crafting grid, I died. I actually died quite a few times. Just managed to get a little bit overwhelmed with mobs and stuff along those lines. So, yeah. I actually lost the red steel shovel. It's almost dead, I'm fairly certain, so it's not that big of a loss. Still kind of sucks, though. Let's get our crafting grid back, though. I'm trying to remember which of these I have the most of. Hi. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was Aspen. You know what they say, always the last one you check, because after you check it, it's not really necessary to check any others. There. Okay, so, first things first for this episode. A while back now, actually, I added a recipe for the vanilla anvil. It's time to finally actually use that recipe. So, let's make it. I want to say it was just like this, and by I want to say like it, that's it. I have definitely remembered it. This is only going to be used for naming things. Namely, naming sword blades and stuff like that. These black bronze tools are actually... Those are going to be a future bit of fun. But we'll get back to those eventually. For today, however, we need to actually get a little bit of an underground going. Now, a while back I talked about wanting an actual ingot room. We need an ingot room. We've needed one for a while, but you know, we've got to have one now. And I've been trying to think of if this place would be better, or if somewhere else we could... Oh, also, the reason you can't see a rope is the rope's just invisible. I've logged off since I placed these guys here, so... Yeah, good old Minecraft glitches and junk. But I've also been thinking about having it over here. It's actually one of the things I was originally intending to be over here, but I didn't build it and continually didn't build it, so now it's like, do I really want it here? Honestly, I don't think I do. I think at this point I can quite confidently say I would like it to be over here. Which means, basically, we need to actually hollow this area out. Thinking... Obviously, we've got a lot of stuff to move in, so I'm thinking what we'll do is... And, well, actually, before we get on to the planning part, this is actually something I've been considering, because I've never really been entirely happy with how this part looks. So this gives me an excuse to actually do something with it, and have that something actually be, well, useful. So she get some dirt. We can do that. And let's see. Wait, no, I do not want to move. Yeah, if I take this block out here, right? One of these blocks, if I move it, our furnace gets blown up, basically. Just disappears. So I should make that less of an issue by doing that. I don't know if it'll actually... I'm pretty sure it would drop it, but just in case, I'd rather not risk it. That actually being said, I think we're actually going to be okay. Not going to have to worry about it. But this gives me a chance to actually talk to you guys, as it always seems to. It's a great part about doing gruntwork stuff. The newest update for TerraFirmaCraft, I'm still using 79.17, and it's not because the newest version is not 79.17. Yes, that is, yes. The newest version actually is pretty interesting for me because it allows us to actually use gunpowder stuff and for it to actually be useful, really, because the explosion we had a little bit ago, you can't call that a worthwhile explosion. So I actually got this blue steel because of that. So hopefully, probably in the next couple episodes, we'll be able to try out another explosion. Only this one's going to be a lot bigger. That being said, I'm actually planning on changing the gunpowder recipe. What I'm thinking is, I'm okay with farming sulfur. I'm okay with having to go out and get saltpeter. That's more than fine. It's honestly the charcoal that really bugs me. Unless we set up a bit better of an actual tree farm, which is also an option. Thinking about it, it might actually be the option we go with. Just because, I mean, hey, if we don't have to, why not? And I'd prefer to keep recipes, especially when it comes to the TerraFirmaCraft ones, as close to vanilla-ish as I can. My main concern is I don't want to get stuck making so much TNT. I know that's kind of why it's expensive to stop people from doing everything with gunpowder barrels, but I mean, I think we can all agree that this is a very, very, very late game world. So I'm kinda at the point where it's like, I can do a little bit more cheaty, I guess, is honestly how a lot of people would call it, but I don't really consider it cheaty because it's more of taking a 20, which is something that a lot of Let's Players do, I know, and it's something that I've always been apprehensive about doing, because basically what it means is, like in a super hostile map, or let's actually go with this. It's where I say, okay, I am quite capable of defending myself and staying alive. So if I wanted to get stacks upon stacks upon stacks of gunpowder, all it is just off-camera work for me. I mean, I can continue doing that still, I wouldn't even say that, well, I can continue doing that, and I'm going to do that for like 90% of everything, because if I can figure out a more efficient way of doing something and share that with you guys, hey, that's honestly kind of one of the awesome things about Let's Playing. But for gunpowder anyway, if I'm going to take a 20 on anything, that it's going to be on gunpowder / charcoal. And what I'd probably do is make it so it's like 4 sulfur. 4 sulfur, 4 saltpeter gets you a larger yield of gunpowder. That way, you know, you're still using essentially the same recipe, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. Although one thing I am actually pretty set on doing is adding enchantments without adding the enchanting table. Through the magic of Minesweeper, I've been thinking about how to add it, but I think I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. But ultimately, that's gonna be, well, we're gonna have to see how it turns out, I guess. I've been thinking of just having it be a resource cost, and that's probably the option I'm gonna go with. Because, you guys, gosh dang it. I really need to figure out what the heck's making that noise. It sounds like a wither. I can guarantee I've never been to the nether, because, well, if you actually go to the nether in current versions of TerraFirmaCraft, you crash your world, and it's very hard to recover it without, well, actually, I think it'd be impossible to recover it without third-party tools. And, I mean, the wither skeletons don't drop wither skulls, so, I mean, I have absolutely no idea what is causing that wither noise. It's getting on my nerves, though, honestly. Okay, so what I'm thinking now, and actually, I'm trying to decide. Could have. Okay, it's currently 4 high, right? Yes. And if we do, let's actually do this. And I don't really mind wasting these blocks, honestly. Yeah, this will be good. Okay, what else do we want, though? I'm gonna want something to break that up. So let's see about that. And that. How's that look? I kind of like that. Okay, come on. Let's stop the inevitable undead horde from coming in. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do is we'll just come out to here. Let's do that one. Now we should have some thingies, the supports, somewhere on our base. In fact, I know we have them somewhere. I don't remember where they are, honestly. I think it'll actually be easier just to make some new ones. Yeah, definitely easier. You want me? You gotta come down. There. I actually need to do some more stuff with down here, too. It's just gonna be like a meh, I don't really feel like it kind of thing. But I do need to come down here and actually make sure stuff's not gonna spawn. And that's always, that just comes down to, I've been too lazy. There. You thought I didn't see him, didn't you? Okay, so, back to work. Well, I got some progress, so I decided I might as well show it off. And you know, it's really nicely lit down here. It's almost like we've got sunlight or something. Yeah. Whoops. I've never had problems with these cave-in mechanics until recently. Oh, man. Oh, well. They're definitely a lot more fun than not having to worry about it at all. But, yeah. I'm just gonna have to come in and replace what, yeah. Replace what is now cobble, I guess. So, let's see. I want to go down a couple lanes. And actually, I don't want to take out... I want to go down a couple blocks down this way. Gosh. Did you guys hear that wither? Okay, one of these episodes we're going to have to go and figure out what the heck that is. It's driving me nuts, honestly. Okay, let's drop off stuff. I'm also thinking that I don't really like this as a roofing material. I'm actually not as big of a fan of this as I thought I was going to be. Honestly, it's just like, I like the idea of having mud bricks, though. It's a very good early game building material. But, well, it just doesn't look that good. Before you get a saw or anything like that, though, it's kind of all you got. Until you get metal, really. Okay, come on up here. Go grab some more support beams. So I'm actually at the point where I'm almost ready to finish off this project. And what I've decided is I want to actually keep the roof as a natural granite stone. So just like all the areas around it, it's all natural. I have no idea why I felt I needed to say it in that kind of tone. But yeah, we should be all set here, actually. So yeah, most of this is going to keep with the natural granite. So this is going to feel a little bit more like a dwarf fortress kind of building, I think. Want one here. And we should be good with this amount of light. Let's... well, a little bit more here is needed. So let's see, what can we drop off? Can't really see anything obvious that I can get rid of. So I guess that'll stay there. It's a, it's actually a pretty big gem. Exquisite jade. So I kind of want to hold on to that. Anyways, what I've been thinking about for the rest of this area is basically, well, how I want to organize this. I'm going to have copper mixes over here, so at the very least that's going to be the bronzes. Probably also brass, because, I mean, hey, that is very much one of the copper mixes. I don't actually... Actually, thinking about it, we don't normally keep that much of a huge demand for... or we don't keep that huge of a stock for bronzes, for the most part. So we should be able to actually stash them all just in one area. in one mini alcove. And I might actually make some more just to make this look a little bit fancier. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. And yeah, thinking about it, we're gonna have to make it, yeah, we're not gonna do all the copper mixtures in the same area. Because I kind of forgot about sterling silver and rose gold. Well, actually, bronze, sterling silver, rose gold, that's another 3, so you can just have that in another alcove. That is a little ridiculously useful, or perfect, I should say. Black bronze, yeah. I think this is actually the one that we keep the most of on hand because of black steel. Yeah, that's at least what I think. But beyond that, we can have, let's see, if we do that over here, how would that look? Let's just go ahead and try that out. I don't think this is going to turn out nicely. Yeah, I already don't really care for this too much. We at least have some granite to get, or to replace it with. Yeah, if we do this, I'm not a huge fan of it. What could we do to make it better? I honestly can't really think of what we can do to not make it look as bad. We could just not use this side, but that seems kind of wasteful because, I mean, we already built here, so it's, we should use it. But, see, I guess we'll have our copper mixtures over here. So brass, sterling silver, and rose gold. Which actually reminds me, I learned somewhat recently that you can actually make rose gold anvils, which I never actually thought you could. I mean, let's take a look at anvil. Yeah, for the most part, you have your bronze anvils, your copper anvil. Rose gold is not a tool metal, though. And that's actually, that's my excuse for not thinking about it as a potential oh, okay. It's like, where'd it go? But I didn't think about it as a potential for anvils because you can't make tools out of it, so it makes sense not to be able to make anvils out of it. I guess, anyway. But you can, and I think we're actually going to make a rose gold anvil or 2. Not because they're like a high tier anvil, because they're not at all. Of course, we have the highest tier of anvil, but these are tier 2, which means you can make up to bronze, which isn't that high, obviously, but I've been thinking about it, and they could be kind of nice for decorating, actually. So that's what I'm thinking with those. We'll have to figure out if that's actually what we want to do. Actually, let's take a look. What even is the ratio? It's 70 to 15. I don't think we actually have that much gold, so. Yeah. And there we are. Came up with, hey, we can't have this 3 wide, but we can always have it just 2 wide. That works. So yeah, like I said, copper stuff over here. We've got stuff that, this part's gonna annoy me, because I'm never gonna be able to tell the difference. I can all but guarantee that. Though I think, for the most part, if I just say, hey, let's grab the bigger one, I'll be okay, because tin is, I want to say that's actual bronze. Yeah, that's what I thought. And for the most part, you're going to need bronze instead of brass. Because, well, bronze is a bit more useful. But back here we have things which are either not necessarily alloy stuff or alloy stuff, either way. Basically, it's stuff that is either not combined currently, like these are, and actually to an extent, or also those over there, which this is kind of like the iron corner. So you've got our colored steel, normal steel, pig iron, and wrought iron. Over here we've got miscellaneous. You've got copper. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother having it 2 layers thick, because that's a lot of copper. That being said, I've been passing up copper, so yeah, it still might be worth actually keeping it too thick. And this is, I want to say this is platinum, yeah. And we've got our shiniest of shinies over here. But yeah, that actually wraps up this building, I think. I can't think of what else we need to put in here. We've got all of our metals moved out of here. Yeah, nothing in there. Well, we've got partial ingots and things along those lines, but nothing that is immediate, basically. And there's no ingots sitting around on the floor around here anymore. And, oh yeah, I got these blue steel mace and blue steel sword for when these break in the soon future kind of thing. I'm actually really kind of curious about why this has a lot more damage on it, yet is the bar is not as far down. It also does more damage than the mace, which is weird because when you look up blue steel and you look at the actual tools, you've got 315 and 315. So I'm not entirely sure what caused that. And weaponsmithing, we're still novice, so yeah, I don't know. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I kind of did. It was nice actually doing some house cleaning and making it a little bit neater. I still have a crap ton of chests squandered or splattered everywhere that I need to do that with. But hey, the most obvious one is gone. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.